Camelot 331 here, and something is a-brewing at GameStop. And what is it that is a-brewing at GameStop? Well, I've had several people, and by several, I mean like over 100, message me on Twitter or Instagram, and they've let me know that it looks like the new company directive is something that's tried and true and has worked over and over again in the past and proven to be profitable. Reserves. It looks like the company is cracking down extremely hard on reservations. They're wanting their associates to go absolutely nuts, and they have set goals for these associates every single day to basically cram reserves down customers' throats again. But this time, there's something a little different. GameStop's not going to have any exclusive content or anything cool that is going to come with their reserves. So it's going to be even harder for these associates to sell those reserves. Plus, digital exists. I mean, I'm so physical. I love physical games. I will always love physical games. But I bought Resident Evil 2, the remake, on Steam. Because it was right there. It's right there. I'm looking at it right now. It's like I can touch it with my arm. It was so close. And then I played it, and it was fine. It was fine. Convenience is winning. It's just too convenient. I don't like to go outside. Going outside's terrible. I mean, people have to see this. No one wants to see that. And it's really hot outside, and it's humid, and it feels like I'm swimming, and I just don't want to go outside. And you know what is outside? Other people. Yeah, not doing that. So what does this mean for associates at GameStop? And what does this mean for customers at GameStop? Customers are going to be pissed now. Again. At the same time. Still pissed. Always pissed. Because it's GameStop. And 2, associates are going to be getting terminated left and right for not making goals. Which brings me to the messages. I'm going to go through some of these messages from people in the past. Talking about this program, talking about past programs, and what it caused, and what happened. Some of them are absolutely terrible. So we're going to go through these and see how life is on the inside. People that are currently still there or just recently left. I worked 2 jobs myself until I hit assistant store leader. Just because I didn't get paid enough to support my family, and then shortly after I received my promotion and quit my other job, they rolled out this new directive and effectively tell us that we're used car salesmen now, a term which leadership previously used as a negative way to describe attempting to sell a guest something they don't want or don't need. So now, it's a good thing, apparently, to be a used car salesman. Not a bad thing anymore. I don't want this to sound like a sob story or anything, but my situation is the norm. I have employees who work at GameStop full time, and every time they sell a new console, or a day like January 24th rolls around, where you have multiple new titles releasing at the same time, they all get extremely nervous about whether they're going to be able to hit their numbers or not. The worst part is the fact that all my staff want to do right by the customer. And we all try to do that as much as possible, but when we're faced with either losing our jobs or selling a product that guests don't want, 9 times out of 10, we sell something other than what the guest really needs. The only people in my store who aren't currently used car salesmen are people who, like me, have put in their 2-week notice. This stuff is super frustrating to guests, that goes without saying, but it makes us feel like crap when we feel like we need to lie to our regular customers about what we have in stock just to keep our numbers up. I can attest to this one. One thing I never did was lie to a regular customer. No. I would never lie to a regular customer because that was the only reason for my living, is when you see somebody you actually enjoy talking to that comes in, you're like, yeah, finally, I don't have to shoot myself in the back, yes. So that's something that I always look forward to. It's either get paid, support your family, or go find another job somewhere else. And you and I both know it's not that easy to just appear somewhere else making, a decent wage. This one right here says, I'm an assistant manager at GameStop, and let me tell you, we are directed by higher management to mislead customers. It might not be corporate, but it's pretty damn close. During an assistant leader conference call earlier this week, an employee from another store asked why GameStop won't lower prices of its pre-owned inventory to undercut sales on new items, and what we could do to overcome such hurdles to improve our numbers. Our district leader straight up told her to direct our guests to the pre-owned items in question, talk up the value of buying pre-owned, and simply omit mentioning any sale prices. Basically, meaning that if a game brand new is on sale for $39.99 and the used copy is $54.99, to basically act like the new copy doesn't exist, even though it's cheaper. So you're literally just stealing from the customer. Good times. And that's legal. It's completely legal. It's fine. Here's another one. Somebody that is currently behind the lines, serving for all of us. Serving the monster that is GameStop. It feels like the company is hurting big time. People, at least in my district, are quitting or getting fired left and right. Morale is absolutely horrible. One week we desperately need trades. The next few weeks we have to focus on pre-owned. Then because we focus on trades and pre-owned, we didn't get pre-orders. From upper management's point of view, we should all feel lucky to even work at GameStop. Talking about things we love and dealing with games all day. They say that during conference calls. And those kind of messages appear on our TVs when we open and close. The dichotomy of getting paid $1 over minimum wage for being management, yet being expected to act like a car salesman accountable for my sales shouldn't be lost on them. But it is, and that perhaps is the most frustrating thing. They can't have it all, but they want it all. This is something that was so frustrating when I was there. If things got bad, when GameStop would basically announce something terrible that's gonna directly impact you, like they're taking your bonus away or something, which they did every single year, they would be like, well, you should be happy that you even work here. Would you rather be outside doing hard labor, or would you rather be inside in the air conditioning selling fun and talking about video games? This is a fun place. You should be grateful for working here. And then my district manager or the region director would say, and if you don't want to work here, you know where the door is. So they would basically announce something that destroys morale and then tell you to just quit if you don't like it, which then destroys morale even more. It's like kicking a puppy in the stomach, and then it's just laying there like yelping, and then you just kick it again in the face. It's like you're not helping the situation. But you were trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to make this puppy stop feeling pain. And then you just keep kicking him. Yeah, that's going to bring the puppy back to life. It's not going to bring the puppy back to life. And GameStop thinks being like, hey, here's something terrible that we're doing. Oh, well, you're all sad about that? Well, here's some more terrible stuff. You can quit. Well, damn, guess I'll quit then. You know, like, derp. They act as if morale is not the most important thing. It's pretty important, man. Morale is an important thing. If you walked into a grocery store and then somebody slapped you in the face, you would walk out, right? And then you wouldn't go back to that grocery store because the morale there is terrifying. It's slappy. It's slappy morale. Do you want to go to slappy morale? I don't want to go to slappy morale. That's my point. Stop slapping your associates in the face, GameStop. Damn, you do it like 80 times a year. Holy hell. Maybe like shake their hand or something. And don't have sweaty palms when you do it. Please, jeez. Here's a new one from a store manager that was just let go. I worked for GameStop for over 12 years and was a GameStop store manager for the last 8. Emphasis on was. I was just fired from the company for the new reservations program 2 weeks ago. My staff was afraid of being fired because of the new program. So what I did was I passed off my transactions to them to improve their numbers. While I knew mine would take a hit, it would improve the store. I did it to help ease their minds and the pressure from corporate. I thought I was safe because of my excellent track record with the company, and overall, the numbers score for the store was above company average. Unfortunately, you know where this is going. Unfortunately, they fired me because I was not an effective leader by leading by example. I did what I felt was right to my employees, and I don't regret it. This program led me to my employees going into the back stockroom when they knew a customer only wanted new items, didn't have a pro card, trade, or didn't want to reserve something. And I know my store wasn't the only store doing this. People in general deserve a better place than GameStop to buy their games. So basically, that store manager, which is something I've done in the past when we were focusing on new directives, I would just give my associates the numbers because I was like, okay, my numbers don't matter because it's the store's numbers that matter. Well, apparently, that's not the case. Now they're just coming in and cutting the head off. You know? What happens when you cut the head off of a snake? The snake dies, man. And you just so happen to love snakes in this story that I'm telling. Perfect metaphor. It's a snake. So you cut its head off, snake dies. If you cut the store manager's head off, the store dies. What the hell? The store was doing good. It was above company average. Apparently that doesn't matter. This one's from a current employee at Gamestop. While not every associate at Gamestop uses these dishonest practices, I know many who do. I have worked at 2 different stores in both management and non-management positions and have seen people outright lie about things that would be in games to get people to pre-order. Believe me, we're all tired of these numbers. It just hurts morale overall. And it does. You know how many sleepless nights I had because I didn't get a reserve or a power-up card that day? Many. It was terrible. Terrible. And it didn't even really have a bearing on the company. It was just your life, your livelihood. Here's another current employee talking about the reservation program. In my district in Pennsylvania, individuals are to be at 25% reserves without facing punishment. That's 1 for every 4 people. There's probably not even 4 people to come in the damn store a day. I've had so many people message me saying they're so scared for their jobs, right? They're absolutely terrified for their jobs. And, I mean, I can't blame them because it looks like we're back to the numbers game again. We're back to the reservation numbers game again in GameStop, to where you have to have a certain amount or you can go the hell home or go somewhere else. And that looks like what we're getting into again with GameStop, unfortunately. And all these people that reached out to me, thank you for reaching out to me. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Everything is insane. Everything is terrible. What else can you say? It's just terrible. Everything's terrible all the time. Personally and outside in the outside world. It's all terrible. Why can't a bus just hit me? That would be great. If a bus would just come through the wall and just turn me into a pile of red mist, that would be optimal, and that would be exactly what I desired. Anyways, thank you guys for checking it out. That's all I have to say. Things are afoot again. It's happening again. The numbers game again. We'll see if it happens to work this time. I doubt it, though. Doubt it. Thanks to my patrons. I love you so much. You guys are the best. Thank you, everyone. I love you. I love you, Jacob. I love you, Hermes. I love you, Satori. You're all great. Until next time, get on it. Doggone it. Bye. Yeah.